You are about to do something you have never done before. God placed a vision on your heart, and you may not feel qualified, and you may not believe that you can, and you may not know what to do, but sister, you are covered. This is video number 2 of our 6-part series all about realigning and setting yourself up for success in 2025. And I'm so excited because today we are making our vision boards together. Vision boards shift your mindset and bring clarity. Having that visual representation of where God is taking you really helps you show up differently in your day-to-day. Over time, you'll notice that the more you see your vision board, the more you make decisions that support your vision versus doing things that lead you away from it. God's word says in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. So while God is going to bless you, there is still movement that needs to happen in order for the vision to take place. If you're in need of some motivation to get started, then let's hold each other accountable and do this together. If you haven't already, make sure to sit and pray with God so that you know exactly what to place on your vision board. Let's get right into it. The platform that I'm going to be using today to create our vision board is Canva. I use it for absolutely everything. Like if I click my homepage, you can see how many designs I have. It keeps going and going. So after you type in poster, you can see that there are a bunch of templates that you can use to make it super aesthetic and different, but I'm going to just use a blank page. So I click create blank, and now I'm going to go to Pinterest to find all of my pictures. So you can type in anything you want, but my homepage is my aesthetic basically, and a lot of things that I want, I already see on this front page. So what I'm going to do to make it easier on myself, instead of downloading each file, I'm just going to right click it and click copy image, and then we're going to go back to our Canva and we're going to paste it. Before we actually organize this mood board, we're going to go ahead and grab all our pictures and organize it after. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And if you're ever looking for anything on Pinterest and you want it to look nice, you can click book and type in aesthetic after the, and then it will pop up a bunch of good pictures. You can go ahead and watch me choose all my photos, or you can pause it and pick your own and then move forward. Pro tip for when you're making your vision board is to grab what you believe can truly happen this year and choose pictures without faces. So every picture that I choose, it is not going to have a face on it because I want to envision myself in the picture as much as possible. I also encourage you to try to pick someone with the same skin tone as you, again, so you can envision yourself as those people in the picture. This is such my vibe. I am done grabbing all the pictures that I need. So what we're about to do is make everything super cute. I highly suggest grabbing some words, grabbing a scripture, also just to help you visualize and look at what you want to be or who you want to become or what you're embodying. And for me, it's always Matthew 6:33. So seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. When I read this, it reminds me not to do things or work for things or strive for things out of needing money or whatever the case may be, because I know that when I seek him first, he is going to always provide. So let's crop this. I am a Jesus girly at heart. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually remove the background. So I'm just going to click background remover. I have the pro version, so that's why I'm able to do this. And we'll set this on top of something later. Position, bring to the front. And then let's go over all these. So the top I'm gonna do is group everything by sections. So this top one is just gonna be my personal goals. And for me, reading is 100% something that I really wanna start, because it truly helps us just have more knowledge and wisdom, and it really will help develop my skills even more. I have a huge goal of working out and being disciplined. I was not disciplined at all this year, so that's a huge goal of mine, to just be productive and ensure that I'm doing the steps needed, like meal prepping. And so that's why I have this meal right here. I really want to elevate my style. So I also want some heels looks, but I didn't want to messy up my page. Of course, I'm always focused on growing my relationship with the Lord. So that's why I have this girl sitting here with the Bible, because that's top priority number one. Literally, I cannot achieve my goals if I am not seeking him first. I is a Pilates studio. I really want to start going to a Pilates class, even if it's just a few times a year. I really feel like it would help me be encouraged and motivated to work out more. And here's a picture of some weights and whatnot, so that I can really just focus on my weight loss. And something you could do is you can double click and move the photo around. So that's what I'm going to do. I cropped her face out again so that I don't have any faces in there. And then you can just press enter or click out of it and it'll show. So have this text here. It says she is healed, she is vibrant, she is magnetic, she is abundant, she is prosperous, she is restored, she is you. So I love this so much, because a huge priority of mine is to just be vibrant and walk in this light that the Lord has already given me. I'm going to make this bigger, scoot it up. Okay, this top corner is going to be all business stuff. So I'm going to position it to the front. For this photo, I really want to do a brand shoot and do them consistently for my personal brand online, just to have photos for any courses that I drop, because I 100% plan on dropping a content creation course. I have this plaque right here, which is a YouTube plaque if you don't know. And it would be great to have one, but my goal in posting on YouTube isn't to have 100K subscribers. It's truly to just impact one person. But it would be nice to be able for God to use me in a way that reaches that many people. Like, that would be so cool. This is a podcast studio. The reason why I chose this photo is because I am starting my podcast again, and it will be on YouTube and audio this time, which is a huge accomplishment and something that God has been told me to do, but I haven't done it. And it would be really cool to be able to film that at an actual studio instead of my house. Here is some self-care vibes. I really want to prioritize taking care of myself better. I didn't do that really. So for example, like getting my hair done, taking care of myself with different bath stuff, smelling good, like just being more feminine, because I would say I haven't been like that. I'm not saying I smell bad. Like, I wear perfume, but I shower and I do all of that stuff. But I would just like to romanticize my life. You know what I mean? Like, have my nails done more consistently, make sure my feet are done, and really embody a woman. not just in how I look, but with how I carry myself by not getting aggressive and all types of things. So that is why I put this right here as a symbol of taking care of myself. Let's make this cute first. The reason why I chose this picture is because I would love to move into an apartment at the end of the year with floor to ceiling windows. Like, I want it in my bedroom, I want it in my living room. I would love to be able to go to bed and just see all of the lights. It's just something so dreamy about it. I don't know what it is. I've always wanted to live in something like that. And I know a lot of people have those by living downtown, but where I live, there are actually stuff on the outskirts where I'm not caught up in all that downtown traffic, if you know what I mean. I chose this picture because I really want to decorate my apartment. Every apartment that I've lived in for the past few years were minimally decorated because I've moved every single year since I was 18, except for when I moved to Dallas, and I've been here almost 2.5 years now. The reason why I chose this picture is because I have a business named Made by the Word, and I really want to have more photo shoots, just be able to drop more products and really impact people and change people's lives through those products. And I felt like this picture showed what it would look like if I was to have more aesthetic photo shoots. This photo also reminded me of that as well, and it was really cute, so that's why I chose it. You kind of gotta move stuff around until it fits the way that you want it. Like, this doesn't need to be that big. Neither does this one. The reason why I chose this photo is because I want to have a team, whether it's for my personal brand or for my business. I really need more hands on deck, and I know this is something that God is going to bring this year, and I've been blessed to have one helper. She currently helps me for free, and I'm so grateful, but I would love to have a full team that can really be consistent and get stuff done, if you know what I mean. I chose this photo because it really looks like a businesswoman on the way to travel somewhere. And for me, I would love to travel, whether it's for speaking, traveling for brand trips, or whether it's me as the brand, the CEO, hosting my own brand trip. I just would love to travel more and be able to write it off as a business expense. The reason why I chose this picture is because I would love to host my own influencer event and community event for Made by the Word. I feel like it would just be such a blessing to be the one who provides this to everyone as someone who has been able to receive it from brands. We're gonna move this here. So now that I've explained every picture, just give me a second. I'm gonna make this all cute. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is put this in a place where you can visualize it daily. So whether it's a screensaver on your phone, a screensaver on your desktop, whether you save it as a PDF and print it off, or you print it off as a poster, or turn this into a book, which you can do this right on Canva. This is really gonna help you. And what you can also do is screenshot this or download it and place it into your 2025 reset routine template. What I prefer to do is screenshot it. If you have a Mac, you just press Command-Shift-4. We're gonna drag it over. Now it's ready. And I can click here. And I'm just gonna drag it in. I'm gonna delete this one. And if you didn't get a chance to see me walk through this entire template, I will make sure to link it in the description so that you know what I'm talking about. Something that's really gonna help you move closer to the pictures and the things that you're seeing on your vision board is to set systems. Our aim isn't to be hyper-focused on the goal. It's the daily habits and systems that we set in place to help us get there. You see, you can look at a vision board as that's the destination, but a system is the process on how we're actually gonna get there. So make sure you stay tuned because we are going to be going over systems versus goals in depth so you can truly accomplish the things that God has placed on your heart. Surrender. Be willing to let go and surrender because we are not doing this in our own strength. As believers, it can be so easy to sit in comfortability that we want to follow our own plans, only want to go where we feel like we should go, or we only do what we feel like we should do. But let's be about our Father's business because his thoughts are higher than our thoughts and his ways are above our ways. He sees the whole picture before we do. So if he's calling us to do something, then we are capable of actually doing it. Live by the Spirit and surrender to his plan for you, meaning your actions align with his word, you pursue God, and you move in obedience even if it's not something that you truly want to do. Look, you may not have a degree, you may not feel qualified, you may not have the resources, you may feel like you don't have the network, but God called you to do it. If he called you to do it, he will be with you through it. He will take care of the how. He just needs your yes and your willingness to move when he says move or to be still when he says to be still. The thing is, you could be doing the right thing at the wrong time and you don't want to move ahead of him to where you get the thing that you wanted, but you don't have his presence with you. God will give you the grace for what he has called you to. Meaning, God calls you to something that only you can do. For example, I might be good at taking pictures, but that doesn't mean that I'm anointed to model. And I know what I'm anointed for by seeking his face, by surrendering, by taking action. Plus, there are things that God reveals to us through time. Clarity comes with movement. Clarity comes with action. You just gotta keep going. Keep your faith. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "The vision is for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed." This is just such a great reminder to keep moving and to have faith in the process, despite us feeling like it's not going to happen anymore. Because one thing about God is that he does not lie and what he says does not return void. So you have to focus on his promise and the word that he gave you. Because although it may take time to get there, it's still going to happen. Delay does not mean denied, but the enemy will try to discourage you and the enemy will try to make you think that it's not happening and cause you to back away from God. But these are the moments that we must lean into him even more because God's timing is absolutely everything. Be willing to pivot. You may find out that one of the things you place on your board isn't what God is leading you to do, or maybe you're just not anointed for it, and that's okay. For example, I used to believe that I was going to be an audio engineer for celebrities because that was what I was already doing. I spent so much money, I spent so much time into my skill, into the network that I had, and I didn't want to give it up. And I truly felt like there was nothing else for me, but God had different plans. I had to be willing to submit to his no and I had to be willing to submit to his no and give up my plans and take on his. And once I did that, so many things in my life changed. And the thing is, you may not feel comfortable about it and you may not want to do it at all, but he knows best. And if I look at my life now, it was because of that one decision to pivot, to submit, that has led me to this moment right now. Because I didn't see this for me. I didn't know I was going to be talking on camera. I didn't know I was going to be vulnerable. I didn't know I was going to be sharing or doing any of the things that I was doing now. I viewed my life differently, but the closer I got with him, the more my desires changed because my heart became one with his. It's going to be through your yes that breakthrough is going to happen for you. And when I say breakthrough, that just means something different, that God's going to do a work in your life. But that doesn't mean that that work is going to be easy. It's truly hard when we live for Christ. It's truly hard when we align our plans with God's, because the thing is, God marked us as blessed. But the enemy knows that. So he's going to do everything he can to try to get you to turn away. That's when all the spiritual warfare happens. That's when things start going wrong. But you just have to believe and have faith that God is going to take care of you through the storm. That you can have peace in the storm by just leaning into him, by knowing that what he has promised you, and that is he will never leave us nor forsake us. That he has a plan for you. He gave us authority on this earth. And we do not have to do this by ourselves. I don't want to do it by myself. Although life is so hard sometimes, living a life surrendered to the Lord, I wouldn't trade it for the world. My life is filled with so much fulfillment now than it ever was on my worst day living in the world. If you remember nothing I said today, just remember this. As you make your plans for the new year, partner with Jesus. You are not in this by yourself. And if you want to learn how to strategically plan your 2025 redemption, watch part 1 of the series and I'll pop it up on the screen. I love you. Bye.